Another saint story made with love.
Hello. I'm Mother Teresa. But when I was born, in 1910, my name was Agnes Gonja. I grew up in Skopje, in a family that prayed, loved God, and always helped the poor. When I was 18, I felt in my heart, I want to be a missionary. So, I left home. Forever. I joined the Sisters of Loreto, first in Ireland, then in faraway India. That's where I became Sister Teresa. For almost 20 years, I taught in a school in Calcutta. I loved the children. But then something happened that changed my life forever. On September 10, 1946, while on a train, I felt Jesus speak to me, "Come, be my light. I cannot go alone." He was asking me to leave the classroom, and walk into the streets, to serve the poorest of the poor. It was scary, but love gave me courage. So I put on a simple white sari with blue borders, just like the people wore, and stepped into the slums of Calcutta. Soon, others joined me. In 1950, our new family was born, the Missionaries of Charity. Our mission? To love those nobody else wanted, the hungry, the sick, the dying, the abandoned. We opened homes where people could feel dignity and love. And slowly, little by little, our sisters spread all over the world. By the time I went to heaven, we had more than 4,000 sisters, in 123 countries. But the truth is, I never wanted to be famous. I only wanted to love. Still, the world noticed. In 1979, I received the Nobel Peace Prize. And in my speech, I reminded the world that, the greatest destroyer of peace today is when life at its beginning is not protected. For if the most vulnerable are not safe, what is left to stop us from harming one another? These words came from my heart. That peace begins by protecting the most vulnerable. In 1985, I even spoke at the United Nations. The Secretary General called me the most powerful woman in the world. But I just smiled. I said, I am only a little pencil in God's hand. He does the thinking. He does the writing. People saw me smiling. But very few knew my hidden struggles. For almost 50 years, my soul felt empty. I longed for God, but He seemed silent. It hurt so much. Yet I kept loving anyway. I once said, if I ever become a saint, I will surely be one of darkness. I will continually be absent from heaven, to light the light of those in darkness on earth. What did I mean? I meant sharing in the same emptiness that many poor, lonely, and abandoned people feel. I wanted to carry their darkness so they would not feel alone. My health was weak too, my heart often failed me. Yet I kept working. I chose to love the unwanted, unloved, uncared for, people the world ignored. Even when others said my work didn't solve poverty, still I showed kindness, one person at a time. I was often criticized, misunderstood, and even attacked in the press. But I never retaliated. I forgave, kept silent, and continued serving. I knew that much of the good we did would be forgotten or unseen. But I taught my sisters, we are not called to be successful, but to be faithful. And though I lived among my sisters and the poor, there were moments when my heart longed for closeness with God. Times left me deeply lonely. Yet I offered even that loneliness to Jesus, because I knew He too, had felt abandoned. That is why I often reminded my sisters, loneliness and the feeling of being unwanted is the most terrible poverty. Yes, I felt darkness. But I chose to smile. Because every smile is light for someone in pain. On September 5, 1997, I died in Calcutta, the city that had become my home. But the work did not end. My sisters continue today in more than 130 countries, bringing love to the poorest of the poor. In 2016, Pope Francis declared me a saint. But I don't want people to remember me as powerful or famous. I only want them to remember this: do small things with great love. Cute messengers, small voices, heavenly messages.